Dying men draw numbers in the air. Dream to conquer little bits of time. Scuffle with the crowd to get their share. Fall behind their little bits of time. Voices in the air, sympathetic harmony coming from the trees. Hanging at my door, many shining surfaces clinging in the breeze. Oh, leave me where I am not losing. If I am choosing not to plan my life. Disillusioned saviors search the sky, wanting just to show someone the way. Asking all the people passing by, doesn't anybody want the way? I say goodbye to Joseph and Maria. They think they see another sky. From my fallen window I still see them. I'll never free them from the sky. Inch by inch, row by row, gonna make this garden grow. All you need is a rake and a hoe and a piece of fertile ground. Inch by inch, row by row, someone bless these seeds I sow. Someone warm them from below till the rains come tumbling down. Pulling weeds, picking stones, we are made of dreams and bones. Need a place to call my own, for the time is near at hand. Grain for grain, sun and rain, find my way through nature's chain. Tune my body and my brain till the music of the land. Inch by inch, row by row, gonna make this garden grow. All you need is a rake and a hoe and a piece of fertile ground. Inch by inch, row by row, someone bless these seeds I sow. Someone warm them from below till the rains come tumbling down. Plant your rows straight and long, temper them with strong if you give her love and care. An old crow watching hungrily from his perch in yonder tree. In my garden I'm as free as that feathered thief up there. Inch by inch, row by row, gonna make this garden grow. All you need is a rake and a hoe and a piece of fertile ground. Inch by inch, row by row, someone bless these seeds I sow. Someone warm them from below till the rains come tumbling down. Phil, give us one more. We're going to let him do one more. When I was a boy, each week, Sunday we would go to church, pay attention to the priest. He would read the holy word, consecrate the holy bread. Everyone would kneel and bow. Today the only difference is everything is holy now. Everything, everything, everything is holy now. And when I was in Sunday school, we would learn about the time Moses split the sea in two. Jesus made the water wine. And I remember feeling sad. Miracles don't happen still. Now I can't keep track, 'cause everything's a miracle. Everything, everything, everything's a miracle. Oh, wine from water is not so small, but even better magic trick. Anything is here at all. And so the challenging thing becomes not to look for miracles, finding where there isn't. When holy water was rare at best, barely wet my fingertips. Now I have to hold my breath like I'm swimming in a sea of it. Used to be a world half there, 7-second rain hand me down, but I walk it with a reverent hand. Everything is holy now. Oh, read, questioning child's face. Say it's not a testament. That'd be hard to say. And see another new morning come. Say it's not a sacrament. And tell you it can be done. This morning outside I stood, saw a little red-winged bird singing like a burning bush, singing like a scripture verse. Made me wanna bow my head. Remember when church let out. How things have changed since then. Everything is holy now. Used to be a world half there, heaven's second-rate hand-me-down. I walk it with a reverend, 'cause everything is holy now.
The thrush is bleeding, battle with the wrens disrupts my reverie again. Pegging clothing on the line, training jasmine how to vine up the arbor to your door, and more. You're standing on the landing with the war you shouldered all the night before. Once upon it, yellow bonnets, garland all the lawn. You were waking, day was breaking, a panoply of song. And summer comes to Springville Hill. A barony of ivy in the trees, expanding out its empire by degrees, and all the branches burst to bloom in the boom. Heaven sent this cardinal maroon to decorate our living room. Once upon it, yellow bonnets, garland all the lawn. You were waking, day was breaking, a panoply of song. And summer comes to Springville Hill. And years from now, when this old light isn't ambling anymore, will I bring myself to right? Give my best to Springville Hill. Once upon it, yellow bonnets, garland all the lawn. You were waking, day was breaking, a panoply of song. Summer comes to Springville Hill. Summer comes to Springville Hill.
Good morning. I'm so happy you came. That's awesome. I am your Ministerial Hallman intern, Amy Brunell. This is my second to last service, y'all. Okay, I know. So I'm so glad that you're here on this beautiful Sunday morning. Okay, Minnesota with the snow this morning. Are you kidding me? That was fun. I love that. My pronouns are she, her, and I am a middle-aged blonde woman with glasses and wearing a black robe. I am joined in the chancel by the hilarious and wondrous Charlie Caswell, and I am so excited about this band. I have been just planning and working with them for actually a long time because this was my favorite thing. So thank you to the band. We are so excited today. So that is awesome. Thank you to Kai and Martha, who are keeping me sounding well. Thank you to Jared for playing our piano today. Thank you to our ushers. Thank you to the people who make coffee and everyone who helps us put this worship together. We are so glad that you are here. Ooh, I sound lower, don't I? Did it go lower? There you go. For about the next 70 minutes or so at Unity Church, we're going to be engaging in a time of word and prayer, in silence and song. If you are visiting us in person, you can find the visitor card in your pew, and we would love it if you would put that card into the offering basket when it comes by so we can stay in touch with you. And if you are online, hi, we're so glad that you're here. Send us an email because we would love to hear from you. Whether you are here for the first time or you've been coming for years, we are so glad to share this time with you. And whoever you are, whatever brings you to this place, wherever you are heading, know that in this place, all of who you are, your gifts and your wounds are welcome here. We hope that you find Unity Church to be a place that helps you find and keep your balance and a community that inspires you to lead a loving life of integrity, service, and joy. Announcements. Finding yourself at Unity is today in the center room, and it will be about Membership 101. So if you're interested, please come and join us there. After the service, please visit Parish Hall and shop the Unity's Evergreen Quilters, the Buy It Now sale, where 100% of the money from purchases will be shared with community nonprofits serving families in our community. You can also find some new-to-you fun at the Act for the Earth game and puzzle swap and learn about electric vehicles at their next EV event. At 4 o'clock today, this afternoon, Border Crossing and Ahmed are going to be doing inviting you to Un Milagro de Fe at the Ordway. You can still get tickets for today at 4 o'clock, which is awesome. More than a concert, we are saying that this is a meditation on how faith in Latin America has always required extraordinary courage. In this music, rarely performed in the United States, faith becomes rhythm, language, memory, and ritual. You can purchase your tickets in advance at bordercrossingmn.org. Okay? Also, I want to just remind you that we have these red cups that I personally bought because I thought it was a great idea. Oscar had. And so, anyway, I want you to know that if you feel like talking to new people, please grab a red cup. And then new people, you can find those red cup people, and they're going to talk to you. I think that's so awesome. Also, I want to tell you that we still have yellow Side with Love hats. And it was phenomenal to be at marches and to find y'all because you had a yellow hat. And I'm going to start this when I go back to California. I just want you to know, we're going to have yellow hats all over the country that say Side with Love. But a lot of you haven't picked up your yellow hats that you ordered. They're in the office, and please grab them today so we can make sure we get them to you. Okay. Okay, let's take a moment. Take a breath. Settle yourself. Feel yourself in the pew as we enter this time of worship with the pealing of our church bell.
Good morning. I feel very high up here, but Remember by Joy Harjo. Remember the sky you were born under, know each of the stars' stories. Remember the moon, know who she is. Remember the sun's birth at dawn, that is the strongest point of time. Remember sundown and the giving away to night. Remember your birth, how your mother struggled to give you form and breath. You are evidence of her life, and her mother's, and hers. Remember your father, he is your life too. Remember the earth whose skin you are, red earth, black earth, yellow earth, white earth, brown earth. We are earth. Remember the plants, trees, animal life, who all have their tribes, their families, their histories too. Talk to them, listen to them. They are alive poems. Remember the wind, remember her voice. She knows the origin of this universe. Remember, you are all people, and all people are you. Remember, you are this universe, and this universe is you. Remember, all is in motion, is growing, is you. Remember, language comes from this. Remember the dance language is, that life is. Remember. Please join me in reading the words printed in your order of service as we kindle our chalice flame. We light this chalice as a symbol of our faith, the light of truth, and the warmth of love. Our first hymn is number 1000 in the Teal hymnal. Please join me in responsive reading number 550 in your gray hymnal. You can stand or not. I don't really care. This we know, the earth does not belong to us, we belong to the earth.
This we know, all things are connected like the blood which unites one family.
All things are connected.
Whatever befalls the earth, befalls the sons and daughters of the earth.
We did not weave the web of life, we are merely a strand in it.
Whatever we do to the web, we do to ourselves.
The teacher gave me an orange. He said to focus on the orange and to take at least an hour to study it and eat it. I thought, this will be very boring. It's a nice day out. Maybe I'll leave quietly. But, peer pressure. So I sat with this small fruit in my hand. I wanted to look at my phone. My mind wandered. When it came back to the present, I noticed the skin of the orange had become three-dimensional, a relief map of a small world. I started to feel the ridges. I slowly slid my fingers along the bumpy surface. Suddenly, I could feel the sunshine that warmed the orange's tree, and I basked in it. I could see the tree's leaves rustling in the wind, creating subtle changes in the flow of the clean air. I could hear the raindrops moistening the rich earth, hear the nutrients flowing into the tree, and while subtle, I sensed the tree and its fruits slowly growing. I could smell life, soil, bark, leaves, fruit. The orange had overwhelmed all my senses except taste. It was time. I dug my fingers into the skin and peeled. Misty droplets of juice floated into the air and lingered, reflecting the light of the room and producing perhaps the most intensely pleasurable smell I'd ever experienced. As I let myself finally taste, the universe was filled by the orange and my experience of it. And the hour was long since over. Now, every time I see an orange, I relive this experience. How amazing it is that anything exists. I am filled with wonder and gratitude to be able to be part of being.
Each time we gather for worship, we set aside a moment to expand the caring ministry of this congregation. We gather here together, trusting that this community is wide enough and deep enough to hold us in both our sorrow and joy, in our challenges and our celebrations. Together, we recognize the cycle of life and death, the circle of love, compassion, and witness that is at the center of this and every sacred community. In our community today, we celebrate with Carl Magnusson, son of Dottie and Ben Magnusson, grandson of Ted and Ona Lentz. Carl has his Eagle Scout Court of Honor today at Thompson County Park. All are welcome to come support the Scouts, and that is a big accomplishment. Amazing, congratulations. We also stand at the side of love for all of those whose primary spiritual practice is caring for children, with those who live with mental illness, with grief or chronic pain, or with addiction. We pray for our neighbors who are incarcerated in prison or other places, and for those in harm's way, for all of those who are struggling to make ends meet, to stay afloat. And we support those who rise above heartbreak to carry on the work of ending oppression in all its forms. We do celebrate with all of those who come through these doors with joy in their hearts, because this is a house of joy, and laughter is the sound of a thriving community. And we grieve. We grieve for the layers of loss, anger, and fear that are present in all parts of our lives and in this world. I invite you now to openly speak into this community whatever you are holding in your hearts this morning. For all that we hold within, among, and beyond ourselves, let us be together in a moment of silence. Pray with me. Spirit of life, it is the end of April, and I know some of us are tired, and we have worked very hard through the long, difficult winter. And yet, just like the dusting of snow, the sun rose. O presence, that of no name and many names, please help us and strengthen us in our love for people, and not just people, but for all beings on this earth. I pray for us to remember that more than just these human bodies exist, that more beings are in the roots. And that we remember that we are just part of a larger ecosystem on this beautiful Earth Day, to remind us that we are truly interconnected and interdependent. I pray that we create practices that help us remember our interdependence as being fundamental to do the work of justice. I pray that we laugh and that we sing and that we keep moving forward. Amen. Blessed be. Will you open your gray hymnals? And we're going to sing number 4, I Brought My Spirit to the Sea. That's you, sorry. You're right.
Interdependence and generosity are core to our faith in this place. We know that we are bound up with each other and our partners in the world, and that generosity deepens our lives. Each week, the majority of our offering supports one of our partners in the community. Unity's Act for the Earth team empowers the Unity Church community to address climate change, climate justice, and environmentalism through education and action. The team plants pollinator gardens and trees, advocates for clean energy, electric vehicles, plant-based eating, and waste reduction, and offers spiritually grounding practices and workshops based on the Act of Hope model. Their advocacy group follows the work of community partners Minnesota Interfaith Power and Light and Rise and Repair to support environmental action. This May, they will host the 2nd annual Eco Fair in partnership with 6 local churches. Will the ushers please come forward? We know that when we lead lives of integrity, service, and joy, generosity is sure to follow. Please give as generously as you are able.
Good morning, starshine. The earth says hello. You twinkle above us. We twinkle below. Good morning, starshine. You lead us along. singing song. Liddy gluppa gloopy nibby nobby noopy la 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 lo. Saba sibby saba ooby naba naba lili lo lo. Zooby ooby walla nooby abba naba early morning singing song. Singing a song, humming a song, singing a song. Loving a song, laughing a song, singing the song. Sing the song, song the sing, song, 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 sing, 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 song. Song, 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 sing, 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 song. Song, 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 sing, 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 song.
Our reading today is from Irene Glasse and Rebekah Savage called Charge from the Earth. There is a song beneath the soil. 10 million voices raise their call in no human language. Life flows through the tangle of roots and mycelium, microbiota, and crawling, burrowing, tunneling life. The song flows upward through trunks and stems and blades of tender grasses and races out into the air. It is picked up and carried by no human tongues. It is in the footfall of paw and hoof. It hums in the buzz of wings and the fluttering of feathers. It shines on scales and fins and slithering skins. And if we are quiet and pay attention, sometimes we remember that we are part of this song as well, and we have notes to sing. The Anthropocene is an experiment. What happens when we humans forget that the life around us is part of us? That these lives have no less inherent worth and dignity? How many more singers of the Earth Song will go silent forever? Today, we are charged to remember to know that as we live together in community, we are also in community with the silent, singing lives in the vast congregation of the earth as well. The interdependent web of existence is no allegory. It is as real as the heart beating within our chests. We are charged to do what we can to help those who cannot advocate with human language, who cannot scream for help when they are suffering. We have a role to play in softening the blow of the age of humans. We have a voice that can help to shape the world to come. We are so charged in the name of the sacred song, the tapestry of life, of which we are a part. Let us remember and then act.
Will you be my refuge, my haven in the storm? Will you keep the embers warm when my fire's all but gone? Will you remember and bring me sprigs of rosemary? Be my sanctuary till I can carry on, carry on, carry on. This one knocked me to the ground. This one brought me to my knees. I should have seen it coming, but it surprised me. warm when my fire's all but gone? Will you remember and bring me sprigs of rosemary? Be my sanctuary till I can carry on, carry on, carry on. In a state of true believers on streets called us and them, it's gonna take some time before the world feels safe again. Will you be my refuge, my haven in the storm? Will you keep the embers warm when my fire's all but gone? Will you remember and bring me sprigs of rosemary? Be my sanctuary till I can carry on, carry on, carry on. You can rest here in Brown Chapel or with a circle of friends, a quiet grove of trees or between two bookends. Will you be my refuge, my haven in the storm? Will you keep the embers warm when my fire's all but gone? Will you remember and bring me sprigs of rosemary? Be my sanctuary till I can carry on, carry on, carry on. Carry on.
I gotta laugh about that for a minute. Joy, just joy. In the last portion of your Unities in statements, it reads, practice lifelong faith formation grounded in Unitarian Universalist theology that breaks open and allows us to be transformed. Okay, imagine this. I've just moved last August 2,000 miles from California to here. My first duty is to attend the executive team meeting or retreat where they are doing something about creating theological statements for something called ends. I am totally confused. What is an end? Oscar has tried to explain this process, but I'm still lost. So Oscar and KP and Laura keep discussing these rich theological interpretations of your ends. I honestly have no idea what is going on, but it's interesting. Anyway, comes to the portion where the ends say grounded in Unitarian Universalist theology, and I'm thinking, oh, this will be good. Perhaps I can contribute something. And Oscar says, there is no UU theology. And I think I literally said, what? What are you talking about? Of course we have a theology. And Oscar insisted that we didn't. What about the principles or our new values? He said, nope, that isn't it. To say I was confused is an understatement. I left the room to get some coffee, and when I came back, I heard Oscar tell the team, this is true, I think I broke the intern. I said, you didn't break me, you broke me open. So it turns out, and now it kind of seems so obvious, that we do not have a theology, but instead we are a group of people with multiple theologies, of which our Unitarian Universalists create space within. It turns out that there are many, many theologies, and I've had the opportunity to study and name some of these theologies. And when I started seminary, I said I was a UU, Jew, boo, woo-woo. But it also turns out I could be a panentheist. The point is that you have a unique opportunity to consider and expand your own theology within Unitarian Universalism as you discern and consider what it is that you believe. I think this could be our marketing point. Think about it. We have a faith that encourages us to find and deepen our own theology. In addition, Unity Church, as I understand it, wants each congregant to be rooted within your own theology, to have spiritual practice that supports your theology, and to be so fluent in the language of your own theology that you can speak from a theological perspective when you're out in the world to do the work of justice. This is beautiful. And I will take this lesson with me as a minister to encourage those that I will serve. Today we're going to consider a theology I only learned about a year and a half ago, and that seems perfect for Earth Day Sunday, religious naturalism. Part of what I find exciting about expanding and considering new theologies is that I get to keep adding them to my own theological understandings. Why did religious naturalism appeal to me? Because I have always, even as a youth, felt that many religious texts gave God human qualities that made God pretty difficult to connect with. I believe in a divine energy that is relational and present, but it isn't a human version of God. God is mystery and a deep unknowing. The goddess is root and form and earth, but she is also galaxies and cosmos and beyond. Connecting with the spirituality of religious naturalism really screams in my theological soul, yes! In 2005, a report was written by Reverend Dr. Gerome Stone for the Unitarian Universalists describing a new theology. So think about this, 2005. He said, religious naturalism offers a theological option that can encompass both those who find it important to talk about God and those who prefer not to talk about God at all. Interesting, so let's just keep going. Many UUs identify with earth-centered practices as part of their religious practices. We practice to connect with more than these human people around us, including the trees, the water, the animals, and even the networks of life growing underneath us. Right now, there are gabillions of bugs and roots right outside those windows. Truly universes that we don't usually consider. But even though we cannot see them, we imagine them. We know that they are there. And when I start considering the vast universes that lie beneath me, I feel a sense of expansion. There are simultaneous perceptions happening I am reminded that there is more than I can see and know always. We haven't discovered all the mysteries yet. What we practice, however, in Western culture is this what is here in front of me type of theology. What I can see and touch is what is valid. And yet we know that there are literally universes underneath us. It is hard for us humans to expand our imaginations. I would say that part of us gets lost when we attend to the world and its demands or delusions. Because to think that that this is the only thing is a delusion. As we practice this delusion, instead of creating practices to remind us of what is unseen, unknown, and vast. From their website, the Religious Naturalist Association, they explain it this way. It is a form of life that takes nature as the context for the discernment of meaning, value, and what matters to us ultimately. Key points from the association are that naturalism is a view that all that exists and all that occurs is due to natural processes and the recognition that all life exists in interconnected ecosystems and they have profound implications. Seeing ourselves as religious naturalists is a way of saying that we care about life and the world in general. A naturalist viewpoint provides a foundation for morals and values that fit with what we understand is real. Are you curious? Is it awesome? You can speak up. Don't be Minnesota. It's okay. You know, I like a little talking. Good. But does this also begin to answer for some of you what you felt inside but didn't know there was a theological option? Oh, I love that. Thank you. Love that. So let's keep going. Ralph Waldo Emerson said, and I'm making the pronouns adjusted, the happiest person is the one who learns from nature the lesson of worship. Ursula Goodenough, the president of the Religious Naturalist Association, asks us, what is religious? Can science and religion be considered in the same breath? Let's start here. This is a great question when you consider the evolution of Unitarian Universalism. I believe this is what the Transcendentalists were discerning. But during the 20th century, with its multiple wars and true tragedies, I think that many people, not just UUs, were looking for answers and needed absolutes, and somehow many lost a spiritual connection to nature. Capitalism, taking from the earth's resources, running it dry so humans could have more, centering human beings instead of all beings, creating a sort of, as long as I get mine, I'm okay attitude, where earth-centered considerations were and continue to be not as important as individuals with access and fortune. Oh, I love that. Keep going. That's good. As if the earth and her resources could be forever extracted because it will be the next generation's problem. Many of you have read the work of Robin Wall Kimmerer, who wrote Braiding Sweetgrass and the Serviceberry. Robin asks her readers to consider how we look at the economy as transactional instead of mutual. She writes of many examples of how we can learn from the earth, but also asks us to consider new ways of literally being in the world. In Braiding Sweetgrass, she asks, whether we are digging wild leeks or going to the mall, how do we consume in a way that does justice to the lives we take? In the Serviceberry, she writes, the question of abundance highlights the striking difference between our way of life, which has come to dominate the globe, and the ancient gift economies which preceded them. There are many examples of functioning gift economies where community well-being is recognized as the unit of success, where the interest of we exceeds that of I. Her reminders ask us to slow way down, to pay deep attention, to practice permission and gratitude before taking anything. She clarifies that before an apocalyptic action happens to our earth, we can change now by attuning towards community, away from flagrant individualism, because nothing and no one is actually individual. We are impacted by one another. Religious naturalism asks us to expand our imaginations, to lean into mystery, awe, and wonder, and to create practices that continually connect us back to the natural world, and we are a part of that world. This process becomes our spiritual practice as we look at the earth as a relationship of which we practice care and mutuality. What would it be like if people changed and deepened their moral and ethical treatment of the earth? This would include all species of how we consider extraction, capitalism, land use differently to practice the value of mutuality. This is a challenge because we have been taught that as the dominant species, we are superior to other species. Religious naturalism asks us to be partners with nature and the universe, not to dominate, but to share knowledge and support and relationship. We must expand our ways of communing together. Religious naturalism also addresses the issues of white supremacy, human centering, and capitalism. Carol Wayne White, author of the book Black Lives and Sacred Humanity, reflects, African American religious naturalism targets a legacy of white supremacy built upon this culture-nature binary, where processes of racialization have helped shape an exclusionary category of the human, designating who is properly so and who is not. African American religious naturalism also critiques traditional humanistic discourses inflected by this binary differentiation that have overstimulated the autonomy of human beings, positioning us outside of nature and rendering invisible our inextricable connection to other life forms and material processes. Confronting both of these impulses, white supremacy and human exceptionalism, and their violent and harmful consequences, African American religious naturalism accentuates human animals' deep, inextricable homology with each other and other natural processes. In doing so, it offers an expansive view of our humanity as an emergent phenomenon, not an achievement. Let's take a breath. The late, great Joanna Macy referred to the Great Turning, which is, quote, the shift from the industrial growth society to a life-sustaining civilization. I believe we need to accept and integrate the requirement that humans need to decenter themselves and instead center a wider, mysterious, and awe-inspiring source to create a mutual relationship. Not a relationship that takes and feels deserving, but instead a deeply held morality that the earth and all its species are in partnership. In Ursula Goodenoug's book titled The Sacred Depths of Nature, she asks, who is a naturalist? Her answer is thus: scientific inquiry has provisioned us with a mind-blowing new ways of understanding the natural world, generating a narrative that has been called the new story, the epic of evolution, the universe story, big story, journey of the universe, and her preference is everybody's story. She says naturalists dwell within these understandings, recognizing that they will certainly deepen and that some may be revised with further scientific discoveries, and they adopt this account as a core narrative. So first off, how do we deepen our practice with religious naturalism theology? I would encourage everyone to practice looking. I learned a big lesson a number of years ago at a meditation retreat where we were asked to find somewhere to sit in a garden and find a plant to stare at and journal what happens. I'm usually kind of resistant to these exercises. Maybe you are too. But I dutifully gave in, and I found a spot to sit to really look. And I journaled what I saw, and I kept looking at the same plant. After about 5 minutes, I could suddenly perceive lines and patterns that my brain could not perceive earlier. I was amazed. As I kept looking, colors became richer. The depth of pattern became more intense. I was shocked by the whole plant world that showed up, and yet I couldn't perceive it just a few minutes before. We know that nature shows itself in patterns. The geometry in nature is completely fascinating. Why do spirals show up in plants and animals? Why do hexagons show up in honeycomb and insect eyes? Random patterns in the universe show up over and over again. Fibonacci patterns show, I'm going to show this, it's like that. Show up again and again. In sunflower, the seed spirals typically follow Fibonacci numbers. Pine cones and pineapples have spiral counts on their shells that usually match consecutive Fibonacci numbers. Many flowers, a number of petals that is a Fibonacci number. For example, lilies have 3, buttercups have 5, daisies often have 34, 55, or 89. There is a spiral on a snail shell, and some people have referred to this pattern as the golden ratio of God. These patterns show up over and over, and I do not think it's a coincidence. I cannot say who or why, but it feels like this could be signaling the deep interconnectedness of all beings. Carol Wayne White again offers this. I often conceptualize religious naturalism as a capacious, ecological, religious worldview grounded in the observation conviction that nature is ultimate. She continues, on the molecular level, there's evidence to support the loftier or religious idea that in the very nature of life itself, there is some essential joining force. I must confess that many religious naturalists do not, as I do, believe in the supernatural. But the theology asks us to be open in the mysteries that we cannot know, because it acknowledges that there are riddles that we don't understand. And as the Universalist minister Thomas Starr King said, our answer is that we find God in nature and we build our pulpits to interpret God. So what can a mushroom teach us? The importance of our very survival by our interconnected roots. What can a tree teach us? How to stay rooted, steadfastness, how to practice endurance. How can we recognize the cycles in our lives as demonstrated by nature? Let us consider transience, because nothing is permanent. Religious naturalism encourages us to practice asking the earth and the cosmos what they wish to teach us. It spurs exploration with science and books and encourages us to experience what we learn not just in our minds, but also as embodied practices. By the way, there will be people who think this practice of deepening your relationship with religious naturalism is silly and not really religious. Don't worry about them, it's okay. We're not all on the same path. We are creating new thought paths for some of us, and some of us may be hearing confirmation of what we've always known. So the next spiritual practice could be to create an altar in your own home and or garden that helps you center and practice your own relationship with Mother Earth on a regular basis. Anna Newton and I created a mandala. This is a wonderful creation to embody a spiritual practice. You can do this anywhere, and it is wonderful to do with your family and to allow the mandala to keep expanding. You could consider the natural world and learn with your children about the various plants that sustain the Mother Earth. Many of the plants have textures and smells, and it might surprise you. And you can teach children about impermanence when the mandala blows away. I also encourage everyone to create altar spaces for yourself at home, regardless of which theology you carry. We all need support that helps center our spiritual practices. In my various altars, you would find a chalice, crystals. I own a beautiful rose quartz. You would find Kuan Yin, the Buddhist goddess of compassion and mercy. Perhaps you have a cloth like your mother's scarf. Or I have tie-dye cloths I made at UU camp. Maybe there is a photo of one of your teachers or an animal that you feel connected to that can be a part of your altar. Dried flowers or wooden sticks can be set on this altar. Water from a particular beloved source. Children can also create altar spaces for themselves. You can support them finding a special place in their rooms for sacred items that connect them to their spiritual practices. These altars become ways for us to slow down and connect back again to whatever source gives you strength, courage, and peace. Shelley Butler and I have also put together a series of books from Unity's library and from my own for anyone curious about religious naturalism. Please do not take these books, but you can inquire about them from the bookstall people, and they will go back to the library for checkout. Feel free to jot one down or take a photo of a book to remind yourselves. There's also a book coming in called Morning Altars. We didn't get it in time, that will have a whole picture book of mandalas and displays for you to go in your imagination. Finally, I would ask you to consider breaking open and to be transformed. Your theology can grow and shift as your perceptions change. What feels true and connected to you now? Religious naturalism asks us to work towards communities of mutuality, integrating that we are all interdependent, whether we acknowledge it or not. Religious naturalism calls us to consider how our particular consumption operates. Notice your own sense of individualism. You can create spiritual practices that connect you to the earth and all its species. Integrate patterns of gratitude for the food, the water, and the air. I would guide you to consider perception in all its forms. And when you think of that tree and the bugs and the birds and all of those perceptions and experiences that are happening at the same time, well, that could be a great metaphor to the question of what is God? Because to me, God is all of it. I invite the band to do a joyful song.
Of worship, you'll find the lyrics to our final hymn. Brianna is going to teach it to you, so we'll sing a line, you'll sing a line, and then we'll repeat the whole thing a number of times, so you'll get it by the end.
Stick with me, I'll be on the melody.
You might want to stand up, possibly, too.
All right. Brianna will start.
Here we go. Put your roots down, put your feet on the ground. You can hear what she says if you listen.
Your turn. Put your roots down, put your feet on the ground. You can hear what she says if you listen. Our turn.
Put your roots down, put your feet on the ground. You can hear what she says if you listen.
Your turn. Put your roots down, put your feet on the ground. You can hear what she says if you listen. Our turn.
'Cause the sound of the river as it moves across the stone.
Your turn. 'Cause the sound of the river as it moves across the stones. Our turn.
It's the same sound as the blood in your body as it moves across your bones.
Your turn. It's the same sound as the blood in your body as it moves across your bones. Our turn.
Are you listening? Are you listening?
Your turn. Are you listening? Are you listening? Put it together now. Put your roots down, put your feet on the ground. You can hear what she says if you listen. Put your roots down, put your feet on the ground. You can hear what she says if you listen. 'Cause the sound of the river as it moves across the stones is the same sound as the blood in your body as it moves across the bones. Are you listening? Are you listening?
Good, doing good.
Put your roots down, put your feet on the ground. You can hear what she says if you listen. Put your roots down, put your feet on the ground. You can hear what she says if you listen. 'Cause the sound of the river as it moves across the stones is the same sound as the blood in your body as it moves across your bones. Are you listening? Are you listening? Put your roots down, put your feet on the ground. You can hear what she says if you listen. Put your roots down, put your feet on the ground. You can hear what she says if you listen. 'Cause the sound of the river as it moves across the stones is the same sound as the blood in your body as it moves across your bones.
Are you listening?
Are you listening? Are you listening?
Put your roots down, put your feet on the ground. You can hear what she said if you're listening. Put your roots down, put your feet on the ground. You can hear what you said if you're listening. It's the sound of the river as it moves across the stone.
It's the same
Same sound as the blood in your body as it moves across your bones. Are you listening? Are you listening? Put your roots down, put your feet on the ground. You can hear what they say.
if you listen.
Are you listening?
Down, put your feet on the ground. You can hear what she says if you listen.
Are you listening?
As it moves across your bones.
Move across the stone.
Same sound as the blood in your body as it moves across your bones. Are you listening?
Are you listening? Are you listening?
Are you listening?
Woo! Fired up. Know that in this place, you are welcome to listen to the sound in your bones. Go from here to here. Feel your embodied self as you inhabit and be part of this mutual community, which we are so lucky and fortunate to be part of. Go into the world, describe mutuality, describe connectedness. Listen, listen, listen. And I hope you have a beautiful, beautiful day. Thank you.
Guitars are fun. Oh, that's good. Oh, yeah. Anything you have?